Hey guys, this is Anupam here and welcome to my channel Knowledge for You. In today's video, we are going to validate a form using jQuery and regular expression. This is a pure HTML form. As you can see, I have already created this form. This is not a super cool, but that's okay. We can use this form to show the concept, and we will write the code against this form to show you that how we can validate a form using a regular expression. So what is regular expression? Regular expression is nothing but a series of characters which you can use to test a pattern or a string. So let's go to our code editor. I have got 3 pages opened here. One is index.html, which is our form, and there is a success page which I have created. If all the validation passed, then it will go to the success page. And obviously there is a style.css which already been included in the in the index.html page. As a first thing, what you need to do is you need to include the jQuery library. As I have already mentioned in the beginning of the video that I am going to use Google's CDN. So I have used already here. Now we are going to write code for validating this form. Before that, I am just going to show you that if I now submit this form, there is no validation, so it should go to the success page. It is going to the success page. Now we will again go back to our code editor, and I'm just going to show you if the validation fails, then it should not go to the success page. So in order to do that, I am going to write the onSubmit event attribute in the form tag, and I'll create a function actually, and I'll name it as form validation. Okay, and I'm going to create that function just before the closing HTML tag within the script tag. So function form validation, and I'm going to return false, because when our validation will fail, then it will always going to return false. So if I refresh this page and again submit, it is not going to go to the success page because that function returned false. Now as a first task, we are going to capture all the input values within this function. So we are going to write full name equals to dot val, and I am going to copy these values, and I'm just going to replace this with the corresponding field names or IDs. I should say IDs. Here phone, and then I'm going to password. Then I'm going to take confirm password. Okay, now our capturing is done. So as a first thing, we're going to validate the full name. So let's give it a comment: validating full name field, validating full name for non-empty and validating non-empty full name, and whether full name contains only lowercase and uppercase characters of English alphabet and spaces. Okay, so I'll first check for the non-emptiness. Sorry, my throat is real bad. So first I am checking whether the full name is blank. So let's include our error div here. So I have already created a div here, as you can see. Div error dot show, because you are not seeing this div because we have kept it hidden. Now I am going to show if there is an error. So write div error dot text, and we are going to throw it error text over there, that full name, that please enter name, and we are going to return false. But if we are entering name, then it should pass the validation and it should go to the success page. So let's test it. So if I enter blank full name, then it should give me, and then I am entering something over here, it should go to the success page. So till now everything is good. Now let's test for the pattern of the full name, which contains only lowercase, uppercase characters of English alphabet and spaces. So let's create a variable, pattern full name equals to slash caret, then A to Z, A to Z, A to Z, and space, and the full name will have at least one and more than one occurrence of this lowercase, uppercase and space. So plus signifies that these characters, these preceding characters should have multiple occurrences. Okay, so I am using plus over here, and we are going to end with the dollar. So every regular expression starts with a caret, ends with a dollar. Now we are going to test this. So in order to test it, we are going to write pattern full name dot test. We are going to test this pattern against full name. Okay, and if it doesn't match, it will enter this block and it will throw an error. So our error div should show up on that time and show, and we are going to throw an error over there, div error dot text. I will just write please enter a valid name. Okay, so now just let's test it. Oh, I haven't included the false return here, because if it fails if it fails, then it should not go to the success page. So first again I'll check for valid whether the full name is empty or not. It's good. Then I'll give a valid name to see whether it is going to the success page. It is going to the success page. Now I'll again refresh the page. I'll give a special characters, numeric characters, and I'll submit. It should give me error, which it did, and it is showing please enter a valid name. Okay, so this one is good. So we will create the validation for the next field, which is email. So same way, I am just going to copy this block from here. I am going to create a new block for email, and then I'll just replace it with email, and then but we are going to write the email pattern. Okay, to write email pattern. First let me complete this other things, and we are going to write email pattern. So yeah, I'm not going to just remove all this, but I am going to remove the space. I'll keep small a to z, capital A to z. I am going to also include 09. I am also going to include some special characters like dot, and then percentage, then underscore, then dash. Okay, because these are all allowable characters within the first part of the email, which comes before the @ and also I want this to happen one or more than one. It can come within the first part of the email, all these type of characters, one or more than one time. So I have included this plus. Now the main character which you will see on each and every email is @. So we are going to include @. Then we are going to include the second part of the email, which is basically the domain name. So we can do it like plus and then small a, small z, capital A, capital Z, capital Z, then 0 to 9. Okay, and then we also want these particular characters to come multiple times. So, and it will. So I will include another plus. Then we are going to include a dot. Generally, the domain name includes that dot in abcd.com, like so, that dot, and then again small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, and the last part you can just restrict it that it should not be more than 10 characters and it should not be less than 2 characters. Okay, so this is the pattern of email. So now let's test it. So this is a valid email. It should go to the success page. It did. Now let's test whether I have just given a space. It should give me a valid email option. Yes, it did. Now I am going to include question mark. It should give me a valid email as well. Yes, it did. I pressed the button. Nothing happened. Still the error message is showing up. I'll just remove it. I'll submit it. It again went to the success page. Again, I'll give it a question mark. I'll give it a hash. It will give me. So our email validation is perfect. You can write more complex email regular expression. This is not the end of the world. You can write any way you want. This particular expression can be twisted as well. So this is not the ultimate one. You can write more complex regular expression to validate emails, and you are free to do that. Okay, so it is just I'm just trying to show you how you can write, and then you can do more complex, and I am sure you will do it. You can write more complex regular expression to validate these fields. Okay, so my next try would be to validate phone numbers. Okay, so phone numbers, I'm just going to show you a pattern over here. So I haven't given the comment. I should write a comment over here is validating for non-empty email field and email format. Okay, here same in case of phone, I'll write validating non-empty phone field and checking for the phone pattern of 123 dash 456 dash 7890. Okay, I am just checking the pattern. Okay, this pattern. So first I copied the code, I just replace these values, and then I will pattern phone, it is phone, and I am going to change the comment as well. Now I'll just remove this entire expression, let the caret and dollar be there, it is needed. Now here I am going to show you some meta characters. The meta characters actually represents a group of like what I was showing you, this 0 to 9, it can be represented through a meta character. A group of meta characters are basically a group of characters. You can represent these meta characters instead of this group of characters, as this group of characters are like 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You, instead of writing 0 to 9, you can also write D / D. So phone number will only contain numeric values, right? So which I have not written in phone pattern, and it contains only numeric values, right? So here I'm going to use D, which represents only numeric characters, and I am just going to show you first that it should not be more than 10 characters, right? So phone numbers cannot be more than 10 characters, and it includes only and it will be not more than 10 characters or not less than 10 characters. It will be exactly 10 characters long. Okay, so first let's test it. I am not checking till now the pattern that I have shown you. I am just showing you, I am just going to show you what if the phone number is 10 characters long or not. So first I am including a valid phone number, which I am checking through the regular expression. It should go to the success page. It did. Now if I do it like this, it should give me error. Please enter a valid phone number. Now if I now enter 629 693 608 and I include 0 as well, it will still throw me an error, valid phone number. Okay, because I am not checking for this pattern. I am only checking whether this phone number is 10 characters long and includes only digits. So this is a valid phone number and it went to the success page. Okay, so now in order to check our pattern of 123-456-7890, I will just change it a bit. T, then again it is going to be 3 character long, then again slash D, and again it is, this last segment contains 4 characters. Okay, now if I again try to validate this, it will throw me an error. See, because 62969136608, it doesn't include these dashes. If I now do these dashes, it should, the first segment contains 3, the second segment contains 3, and the last segment contains 4. We have written the regular expression to catch this sort of pattern. So now it should be properly go to the success page. So let's submit it. Yes, it went to the success page. So our phone validation is done. You have seen that how you can do the phone validations. I hope you will write much better. There are several ways of writing phone numbers. People in different countries write the phone numbers in different ways. So you can validate all of them by writing some more complex regular expressions. Now I am going to show you the password, validating the password. So validating password, validating for non-empty password, and the password should contain at least one lowercase, comma, one uppercase, comma, one lowercase, one uppercase, one number, one and number, and one special character, and it should be 8 to 15 characters long. So we are validating for non-empty password, and the password should contain at least one lowercase, one uppercase, one number, one special character, and it should be 8 to 15 characters long. That's it. Okay. So again, let's copy this. It will save our time. Then password, and we are doing please enter password, right? And then I'll just change this phone to password. Let's just remove all this for now. Then just copy this, replace this phone by password. Here just enter password, right? Now we are going to write it. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to check for at least one special character. So in order to represent at least in regular expression, you need to write question mark equal to dot star. This includes, this represents at least, and you close. Within this you write your pattern. So we need one lowercase letter. So lowercase letters I can represent it as A to Z. Same way we want an uppercase character. So I am just copying it and just okay. Then we want, then we just copy it. We want a number, so 0 to 9. Then we want some special characters. So there is a range of special characters. You can use whatever you want. So let's give it like @ then suppose percentage, then underscore, then suppose give it first bracket, second bracket, then just give it exclamation sign. Okay, so you can include many more of it. I am just using all these things, and then we want these, all these characters to come in A to Z, actually smaller to small z, 0 to 9, and all these characters. Okay, and we also said that we want minimum of 8 characters and maximum of 15 characters. So we have enclosed this 8, 15 within curly braces, which entails us that this password should not be less than 8 characters and more than 15 characters. Okay, so I am going to enter this password for you, abcd @201. Okay, so it includes one capital letter, more than one small letter, then one special characters, and more than one numbers. Okay, so it includes one, again I am repeating, it includes one capital letter, at least one capital letter, at least one small letter, at least one special character, and at least one number. So let's copy that, let's refresh the page, fill it up, this dash should be here, and then okay, so it's a valid one, it should go to the success page. It is going to the success page. Now let's just again refresh the page, let's just give name, and I am going to enter this time a wrong password, maybe wrong pattern password I should say. Okay, so let's give it, it should give me an error. So it is giving me an error, please enter valid password. Okay, you can try multiple types of password validations and you can twist this whatever way you want. So, and this will give you the validation as you want it. Okay, so this is, and the last one is obviously you just need to check whether the confirm password, I'll just finish it up with confirm password, that whether confirm password is empty or not, confirm password equals to blank, then I'll just is, you don't need to check for pattern again on confirm password, because if password is not valid and you are entering and another invalid confirm password, first thing you will get a password validation error. So you don't need to come to confirm password, you just only need to check that whether password and confirm password matches or not. So if not equal to, then we are going to, here I'll just say please enter, please confirm password, and here I am going to say that password and confirm password doesn't match. Doesn't match. Okay. Okay. So now if I do it, then dash, then let's give it a valid password abcd123, and then please confirm password. So that is working as well. So let's put abcd something, and then I'll again try to do that, password and confirm password doesn't match. So again it is giving error. So all these things are correct. Now I'll put the exact match and it will go to the success page. So hope you have liked this video, and please pour in your comments in the comment section below. I am going to give the full code within the description of this video. You can download it from there, and also